Hey everyone, Rick here with the Ditch Pig. In today's video, we've got a brand new set of spark plugs we're going to throw in this thing, and we're going to do an oil change on her because the oil pressure's starting to get a little bit low. It's time to put some fresh motion lotion into her. Another thing we're going to talk about today is the update on the Camaro, what I have done, what I haven't done, what we're going to do. We've also got an update for the pig here I want to talk to you guys about. As I mentioned before about the fuel cell, well, I got one. It's secondhand, but I think it's going to work out better than the aluminum ones that I was looking at on Amazon. This is a plastic tank, obviously. When I looked it up, it's a Jazz 22-gallon circle track fuel cell. Got the top taken off of it because I had to tighten up. One of these fittings was a little loose. I picked this up not too long ago from my buddy Jared. Thanks a lot, Jared, for the fuel cell. We'll put her to good use. It's got dash 8 fittings on the top. 2 of them, one's a vent, and one of them is the fuel feed. I'm gonna make it so that it's the return for my dash 6, and what the hell's going on out here? And I'm gonna add a dash 8 feed to the bottom of this, so I'll get a bulkhead put in it. This tank doesn't have a sump, which kind of sucks, but hopefully if I put a feed on the bottom, it won't be too bad. And it's got a sending unit. Hopefully that works, and I'll be able to get the fuel gauge and our Holly gauges working. So I got to pick up some fittings for that off of Amazon or something, and that'll be a video in the near future coming. All right, here's the update on the Camaro. The new sending unit is in. It's bolted in, it's ready to go, the tank, everything. But before I reinstall that, I want to do some of the welding and rust cleanup and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have to pull the carpet out, the seats, fix those holes in the floor, the holes in the inside wheel wells, and there's some other rust spots I gotta fix, plus that pan hard bar, the bracket for that. I've got to fix that before I can put this tank back in. Might as well do it all in one go. Also, when I go to paint that, I think I'm gonna pull the seats out of the pig and paint everything all at once, all in one go. So in preparation for that, I picked up some of this Duplicolor etch primer. This one's toast. So I got 2 more new ones. So that'll go on the bare metal once it's all cleaned up and welded and whatnot. I also picked up some rocker guard. So I'll spray that on top of some rust guard paint that I'm gonna put on. I'll just brush that on, get it nice and thick, get a good sealing coat on there, and hopefully it holds it back. Okay, so like I say, oil change for the pig. Picked up new spark plugs for the old girl. This time around, we're gonna go with the iridiums again. These things have got a super fine electrode on them. No gapping required. We'll give these Bosches a try this time around, see what happens. All right, something else I'm gonna mention that kinda sucks. Figured out the other day. Pam and I rode here in the garage, grabbed the old Camaro battery and threw some wires on it, hooked it up to the fuel pump that I took out. One of the wires there is for the sending unit. The other 2 are positive and ground to run that pump. When I hooked power to these, the pump flashed up.
What are you talking about?
Now I only ran it for like a split second, tried a couple times, just got a zzz out of it. I don't know if it's good, bad, indifferent, but the thing of it is that I pulled out this pump because it didn't work. Well, is it because the pump didn't work, or was there something else messed up down the line? Like, it couldn't have been a fuse. I don't know if it would have been the relay, but it couldn't have been a fuse because it worked, then it didn't work, then it worked again, and then it didn't work. And now I pulled it out, and it works again. I'm just hoping that I didn't buy a brand new fuel pump and sending unit for no reason. Because I mean, like, this one doesn't look bad. It wouldn't run the car, so I have to have something in there that works. But it's got a brand new fuel pump and sending unit for it now. Once I get all this work done to it underneath, it'll get jammed back in there, and hopefully it'll give us no issues for years to come. So yeah, before I throw this gas tank back in, I am gonna clean this diff up and paint it. Obviously this pan hard bracket, it's gotta be lopped off and replaced with something better. These things for the coil springs are really seedy. The other side's even worse. So I'm gonna find a piece of pipe that will fit inside the spring and weld that onto that. So we got a nice secure mounting surface for those springs. The other end of this pan hard support bracket thing, I'm gonna probably reinforce that with something too. I'm not sure if I'll just plate the outside here. Like, this is pretty good, but that's like pretty thin inside of there where it's been rubbing and twisting and whatnot on it. Not very rigid, so I'm gonna make it rigid. And I'll just get at some of those rusty spots before they get any worse. Because we hate rust, don't we, Callie?
Yes, we do.
So if you guys follow along with the channel and watch my videos, you've all seen me do a oil change a couple of times before this. For those of you who haven't, and you want to see me do an oil change on the pig, no problem. I got a couple videos there you can look at. So today, basically, we'll just go over the highlights. I just want to keep you guys in the loop of what I'm doing to the truck. And yeah, she needs an oil change.
She gone.
Almost 35 PSI. So as I was filming this video, I just want to mention something that I thought was pretty cool. This is my brand new GoPro 11 that I bought with my Facebook money. But check out this screen protector. It fell off the rad support of the truck, as you saw in the video, and smashed that. Just a cheap Amazon tempered glass screen protector, and it saved the front screen of this camera.
Wow.
Usually when I do an oil change, I check over the front end, just look at the joints on the end of the tie rods and the drag link and whatnot, jack the thing up and take a peek at it. And this is why.
She gone.
Loose as hell. Now I don't know if I'll be able to tighten that up and have it work, or if I'll have to replace it, but they're lifetime warranty, so if I got to replace it, I just put a new one on. Because that's why it's been wandering a little bit more than usual. That and these massive tires. So it looks like that one there's beat right out of it. It's just spinning inside of it. Still got all that play, it won't tighten up, so she gets a new one. She gone. So the driver's side on my setup is reverse thread. This is an off-road design tie rod that I bought many years ago. I believe it's 1.5 inch DOM. So I'll grab another one of these and we'll get her fixed up. I have one, but it's for the other side. So I took her cruising to Napa. They didn't have rod end in stock, so they've got to order it in. Today is Thursday and they said they'd have it by Saturday, but I work all weekend. So I'm gonna end up picking that up on Monday. I've got a couple rod ends that came with this kit when it was new. I've got a couple left that are still half decent. They're not the greatest, but they're better than that one that was on it. I'm gonna throw this on so I can still drive it, and then Monday I can get a new one and throw it on and she'll be 100%. So what I did was I took this down off the jack, so the tire's sitting flat on the ground, before I took the other rod end out, so hopefully the alignment's close enough. Alright, so this still has some play in it, but it's not as bad. Even without jacking the other side up, you can see how loose that is. So that's the next one, and I do have a rod end for that one. Tight. Okay, another thing that we got on the go here. When I jack this thing up, I always check my wheel bearings for play, and look at this one. So yeah, I'm gonna pull the hub off, tighten up that spindle nut to torque specs. We'll run it like that. Obviously, down the road, a month or two, check it again. If it's loose again, then it's time for bearings. In the meantime, I'll just order bearings. I think they're like 50 bucks a side. So I torque mine to 60 foot-pounds. And let's see what she says. Oh, I need an extension. You gotta have an extension to get past this tire. She's obviously loose. Nice and tight. Perfect. Okay, so I checked it the other side, jacked it up. Give her a spin. Sounds good. And there's no up and down in it whatsoever. So all we got is the little bit of side to side play. And that's in that rod end over there. And there's some in this heim joint that's on here. It needs to be replaced, but that's not a huge deal. I'll pick one of those up one of these days and get that taken care of. I'll get that other rod end on Monday and switch that out. But I think I'm done for today. I'll do the plugs Monday and get this thing flashed up. All right, you guys, it's a sweltering day here. The humidity is like, it's almost raining. It's so humid. Not sure what the temperature is, but it doesn't matter. It's just gross, sticky. Yesterday it rained. I got the rod end from Napa. It took a bit because, like an idiot, I didn't give them the part number. I just told them what it was for when they ordered it in. I didn't know which side was right-hand thread and which side was left-hand thread. So I ordered the pair of them. The first one that showed up, yeah, it was right-hand thread. So then I had to wait for the other one. It showed up and it was wrong. Wrong part. So anyway, I took in the slip with the actual part number on it and gave it to them. And yeah, they had it in the next day. So no matter what the temperature is today, we got the old one out and we got the new one in. I just got to pump them up full of grease and those will be good to go. All right, there we go, all greased up. I am gonna throw a jack under this though and just check it to make sure that there is no play. If there is, well, not much we can do because brand new rod ends. That's tight. All right, the last and final thing I'm gonna do for today, I think, is put these spark plugs in. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you have that done yet? Well, it's been raining, it's been this, it's been that. That Honda in the garage, I just keep hopping on that thing, going for a tour when it's really hot like this. But it's gonna get done today. And like I said earlier, I bought Bosch Iridiums for this thing this time. Try those out. So I'll throw those things in and we should be good to go. Oh, this is the last one. Good timing too, because thunder's starting to roll and it is starting to rain a little bit. All right, that's torque to spec. Yes, sir. So all the plugs look basically the same. They look really rich, which it is rich on idle, so maybe I'll look into doing something to that in the not too distant future. See if we can get those a little bit more tanned. Some of them are a bit tan, just on the strap and stuff like that, but they're still pretty sooty. Let's flash this thing up. Yeah, she kicked back a little bit there. Sounds good. Man, are you dirty? Holy cow. Are you guys fighting in the dirt? All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign off on this one right now before it starts pouring down rain. Get the remainder of the tools that I have out put away. But that's a little maintenance video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever turns your crank. And we'll see you in the next video, which, by the way, will be wheeling. Yes, sir.